Regarding blue matrix energetics, there is a lot of information that we term energy science in the events that reorient you basically to the life that you are living currently. Because what happens is you have quantum mind tech tools that you learn, some of which were given on the Starlight State blog already, free of charge for you to experience. And there's also the Blue Matrix Energetics info playlist on YouTube. And it's a very, very interesting body of work that we've done, because you will be able to explain it even to people who have medical or scientific backgrounds, how energy science works, healing energy, how our consciousness is wired and capable of producing phenomenon that we look at the age-old term alchemy. And this is a very, very mysterious term. It is something written in ancient texts that not very much is known about. However, there are alchemical processes happening within our human bodies already when we have spontaneous healings and phenomenon of any kind of split-second teleportation, like we discussed in other videos. So this is early rudimentary understanding of alchemy. And in the adept alchemists, which are real energy science practitioners, I call them this to tie in a very, very important mystery from ancient times that people have wondered about. And it is possible. I have transmuted substances, tea, into orange juice or anything I wanted, because I'm able to do that. And I've been doing that probably for about 7 years. So that's advanced alchemy, which is possible. And we begin with rudimentary principles of alchemy. So I don't really like to do my videos with promising a lot of phenomenon people will be able to do, because it comes more quickly than you can imagine when you remove the dull, big, slow brain driven reality for its safety and predictable, accepted that this is possible, this isn't possible. And when you begin to rewire yourselves, then you will understand that so much more is possible that's happening all around you all the time that you may not be aware of, because we explained in the other video why. So that is really what the events are about, is educating yourself to rewire your brains to be able to accept a higher level of natural phenomenon that occurs from your own development, which will affect healing, which will affect longevity, which will affect reducing aging, disease, which will allow you a higher IQ. Most of the Blue Matrix people that have studied have a very high IQ from opening the higher brain centers and using them much more, which we talk about in the events more in depth. So the rudimentary information that you receive in the videos and in the blog, some is fairly advanced actually, even in the Starlight State blog and in some of the videos. It is all quite advanced when you go to the actual event. And 3 events, there's 3 of them, and then an instructor's one that we'll be doing once a year. Those last you for the rest of your life. You don't have to take anything else. And what I've also done is the films I've written that I've mentioned before for Hollywood have Blue Matrix body of work in them, not in 1 or 2 films, in about 50. So that keeps the study of it and being involved in the practice of Blue Matrix Energetics Quantum Mind Tech Tools as an energy science alchemist to become adept. I'm an adept, someone who knows, can do phenomena. The themes of them and the information are sprinkled into the storyline. So you still have a movie, you have a traditional drama, you have a romance, you have thriller, you have comedy, you have action, just like any other really well-written blockbuster that you go to see. These are very well-written films. And they have an explanation of how superheroes work as far as energy science, how it's wired, in my movies because I accomplished some of this. And so I know how the wiring works. And I wrote about it in the films. Same with how the camera eye and all that. It's in the movies. There's characters who talk about this stuff in very riveting stories with tons of humor as well. So that is why attending an event with me for Blue Matrix Energetics, and I know people have been waiting for a long time, please hang in there and sign up when you can. It's going to be very, very exciting because it means that you have basically opened something in your life to become an energy science alchemist, possibly adept one day, who will understand the principles of hyperspace that physics talks about. And we illustrate and describe things in ways that you can wire it very, very easily and quickly. And the movies are also there that I wrote to facilitate the understanding and education and fantastic entertainment and even just relaxing where you're watching something and learning. So that is why my work is so important. So I appreciate everyone who has been supporting it. And for those in ignorance who have misunderstood my intent or did not know who I was, and yes, I am Marilyn Monroe reincarnated for real. It was my past life, no one else's. And I have several blogs and blog pages about it, talking about things about that lifetime that no one else knew. And I was quite a brainiac in that lifetime. I had shelves and shelves of books. I did lots and lots of reading, so I was not a stupid woman. I merely looked like a cherub innocent face that we put in these glorious movies to make people laugh. And the sensual vixen, that was able to bring out all the sultry stuff, for people uh, to have that aspect as well. When ETs aren't pulling my eyes apart, I've had so much eye engagement that one day when you see me with all those spaceships, you'll see that my eyes are in fact very similar to the past life that they've tried to hide. See? Because they used it for other things. We're not going to fast forward that part of the video so people can't watch and hear what I said, ETs. Yes, talking to some of you too. And the Andromedans are sick of them, they said. They love me and they would like me to go ahead with proper gold eyes that aren't pushed in, crossed into the back of my brain, up and forward. That's what they're doing to my eyeline, which is why it looks weird to me. Anyway, and for you, well, it's passable looking at me, I'm sure. But my eyes are bright gold and very expressive. They're not trying to push, they tried to put emotion in me of any kind, sort of down into my bowel almost, so that you can't tell who I was. So it's been very difficult. And so I really appreciate the support of people who like my work and also are standing up for sovereignty of our brains, of our minds, of our futures, without any kinds of threats on our lives or our livelihoods or our choice of where we want to study or educate ourselves. And you people, I love Hollywood people too, because they want freedom of expression for everyone, and they stand by that. Thank God. They're fabulous people, fabulous people. And I'm very grateful, for their presence in interest in my work. And also some people in the government, I thank very much also, who are concerned and who would like our minds and brains sovereign and set free, and people in business as well. And to others that we don't see eye to eye with, we're sorry if you're stuck in fear and you'd rather control. But we're fighting you because we and our children have a right to have a sovereign earth where we can learn for the first time in thousands of years how to really become what I offer anyway is an energy science alchemist adept to understand and put together finally thousands of years of history to the present, what it all meant, why it was all there, and how to further our society, in ways that we have not before. And so you have no idea how important every single person will be who attends an event for helping to secure a better future for our society and to encourage the progress of education and learning about consciousness and to practice quantum mind tech tools, which I used to finish my own, some call it ascension. It's a folding of space, time, and hyperspace many times, where I came back and was able to understand how all of this works. We talk about NDEs, we talk about out-of-body experiences, we talk about reincarnation, past lives, about how it is possible to wire phenomenon in the brain, how to see it, how to even see it in athletes, because it's there, how to access it within ourselves, how if people have found my curated page, which is a secret page in the Starlight State Block that has cures that people have been able to accomplish to heal themselves of diseases if they have practices and like a CAM from energy science practice, focus of the self. And of course, they've also seen doctors. I'm very supportive of allopathic care also. And people who do energy science work stay healthy and don't necessarily have to use the system as much, so it doesn't burden the exorbitant cost of healthcare as much. People who practice energy science, actually, quite healthy people. Many of them did not show signs of aging prior to the mass engagement of ETs, and they are trying to help people who do practice energy science to keep their youthful appearance and good health as best as they can. And they said they love me very much and want to end the video now because we're out of time, because someone's going to complain that we're going to be grinding someone's brain crossing the line with me. So I'm going to go and sign up for Blue Matrix at the bottom of any Starlight State page when you can. I look forward to meeting you, Vancouverites who may attend, and then anybody else may find as well.